The Sports Trailblazer of the Week is sponsored by Don Brown Chevrolet, the home of the Don Brown deal.
High school state titles on the tennis court are rare in the Metro East. Andy Mohler has a spotlight on two trailblazers from Triad who beat the odds.
This week, Ethan Stewart and Joe Cass did what they've done many times before. Hit tennis balls.
Tennis is a sport you can have with you for the rest of your life, and I love the sport.
Tennis will always be a part of my life, no matter where I go.
The only telltale sign that made this day different was Joe's slight limp. But that's a key part to what makes this story one for the history books. Just a few days earlier, the pair was capping their season for Triad, trying to improve on a third-place finish at state in 2024. Despite the rarity of champions coming from downstate, Joe and Ethan moved into the semifinals.
After that third match and how well we played, we knew that we could definitely take it the distance.
It was in that match that this story of determination became one of inspiration, too. With the match tied at 4-4 in the deciding third set, Joe experienced a first in his tennis career. He got hurt.
I kind of slide into a forehand, and I hit a crack on the court, and I rolled my ankle. And I had to take an injury timeout.
My first thought was a forfeit.
It was just absolutely terrifying to see him hit the pavement the way he did.
Whenever Joe got up, started running, I knew that he was going to finish it out because he was a warrior.
I was definitely, I walked back onto the court expecting, I'm going to push these guys as much as I physically can.
Joe fought through, and he played really well on one ankle.
When we held my serve at love, that was incredible. I think that's when we really realized, shoot, this plan could actually work for us.
Winning in a tiebreak meant the duo would be facing the undefeated defending champions from Chicago U-High that beat them in last year's semifinals. And Joe would be trying to play on an ankle that looked like this.
We talked a little bit with the trainer there. He recommended the pool, so that night we got to the hotel. I was just walking around in the pool. It was a little awkward.
Yeah, not high hopes going in.
You hope for the best, but luckily they're young and made of rubber.
And so a story that could likely have been filmed in Hollywood actually played out in suburban Chicago.
We won 2 or 3 games with an injured ankle, but now we have to win a whole match against the defending champions.
We have to finish this match. We are competing at the highest level right now on 3 ankles.
Coaches from all over the state kept coming up to me and they're like, "What's happening?"
Come on, Joe.
I'm like, a miracle, that's what.
The straight set victory by Stewart and Cass did not have a dramatic soundtrack or embellished ending. There was a Gatorade bath, but it was actually for Joe's ailing foot. 2 days later, they were back on the courts in Troy. For Ethan, he had played his final high school match, but for both, the run to a title is something they'll carry forever.
He's a great guy to be around. He's fun, he's playful, but whenever we need to lock in, he's great at doing that.
It's just awesome when I'm able to be on the court with Ethan.
And they both did their jobs. It's pretty amazing.
For Sports Plus, I'm Andy Mohler.